maybe the head's blown, so you've got to have the door open so you can see what you're doing unless you take a torch. But it's just as easy to hang over the side and in the port rear corner. For the Sheilas, they like the head, but that's for sure. Yeah, alright, that's pretty much it, and we'll go through that in detail of what we carry, and we'll get the gear out and have a look and a play with it in due course. Okay.
And the tank rooms, the fuel cops are on, the fire hose and that's there, the bilge cleaner is there. The door shut, we do there.
And the other one is it's a black one. Those it's got John, can you grab the short power lead, plug it in, start the Jenny on the boat, is seven short blast by one long blast. So
we won't be there.
You won't be there, that's right. Okay. And or this can be given verbally by the crew. All crew and visitors must stop what they're doing and assemble at the muster assembly point outside on the rear deck or outside on the forward deck.
Just right now on the port side.
Do that there. The EPIRB, vessel EPIRB, is up here on the starboard side. As four of our jackets are equipped with personal EPIRBs. Flares.
Can I put my hand up for one of them?
Our orange bucket under the skipper's seat contains our flares. Our defib, all our first aid equipment is directly underneath Stu's bum there. We've got defib oxygen set, and now we've got the stern gate on here, and that's our access point. The duty skipper has full responsibility. Okay, right, it's straightforward, but we have to do it. And as I say, it's no different than any other vessel that you've all been on. Muster point, front deck, rear deck, and the signals is just whatever. Alright, and it's all at the skipper's best. Lecky's very easy to get on with, it just doesn't say much. In fact, we work together.
One thing,
unless you've got severe case of diarrhea or whatever, I'll just run through the operation of the head. Now the head is electric, and you just say to the skip, need the head skip, and he'll flick the switch on and the water pump. Alright, come in the open door. That yellow valve, that puts overboard or into the sullage tank, but we don't use a sullage tank because we've got to get the pump. The helicopter goes up and down as the vessel does, not the same, and the rope slides through your hand, big no-no. Okay, there's our CO2 extinguisher here, and there's some antibacterial wipes and a spare bilge pump. So if we get a boat that's we can mount the bilge pump to the pump connection on the back with the salvage powered pump in the engine room, and we can pump these more jackets in there, 2 blankets, 2 towels and whatever into there. Now under this port side, under this bunk, pull that aside. Oh, there's 2 kids jackets there if we need to. Right under here we've got a grapple hook with chain and rope. You get that out, that's in a bucket. If someone says grab the grapple, just grab the bucket, the kit, the whole lot comes out as one. And we do the rope line. We do an exercise where if we get a vessel with a hole in, that's got ropes on, we can sling up there and hopefully stop the leaks. There's 2 tool kits in there. There's 2 bags, one with red handles, one with black handles, spanners and all the, once again self-explanatory there. In that cupboard there is our FLIR camera in that bag there. Does it work? Oh, sorry. No, it doesn't, because the battery's away. We're trying to get it's one of them ones where it's got a rechargeable battery, but you can't get the battery. Do that. As part of the safety at sea, everyone has to do that escape plan. They come down. They slide back, and it comes up, and then that lifts up there. Probably.
Is there a lift?
And all the necessary equipment for first aid there in that aspect, and the rest of the first aid kit is under.
You know it's called a grab bag, don't you?
Pardon?
You know what's called a grab bag?
Yes.
If you see the skipper walking out that way with it, grab the skipper.
Grab it. All right. Steve's going to show us that's flares, and we've got a orange V-sheet. We've got N&C flags and a diver's flag, parachutes and all the rest of it.
You have to carry all this. Don't you?
Yeah. Oh, you carry all this?
Yeah.
The vessel records are in the top drawer. Yeah, as we see, just around here we've got 2 handheld compasses, barometer and time clock up there. Our first aid equipment is on this
Spot for the
Yeah.
handles.
there.
Yeah,
That's our oxygen there. When you get out centre of the vessel, you have bandages and all sorts of stuff. Pretty much self-explanatory, but if you know your first aid, then the oxy and the defib becomes
But near Melbourne's
part
taken
of it.
over.
Alrighty. There's no problems with that.
Yeah, the agency.
You drag by the balls and rest of it. We have a choice of 2 sacrificial ends. When we go there, we assess the situation. If we've got a small vessel that's going to, when we tow off the bollard, it's going to be nose diving, we offer them that and we put that in their trailer hitch on the front of their boat, and we use that to lift them out the water. Okay?
So, you got an applicator for that, or?
Yeah. Your boat, you apply it.
Oh, like, thanks for volunteering.
Yeah. It's pretty much, it's straightforward. We give it to them like that, and we say just whip that through your beak and clip it. When you want to release it, just pull the green cord and it comes off. Okay. That's only a fairly new innovation, but we use that probably to lay the platform down and we flake the bridle across the platform. So that comes out. One port and starboard rope goes round the gear and onto the bollard with just a straight drop over the bollard. So when it's the vessel's yawing, we don't do some. I've seen that done, and that's no good. It's a straight drop on, so it can turn and pivot, and we've got them central.
That's really handy having the block on the middle of that because
It drops.
yeah. It's a safe company all over the place.
Right. As we go, we have what we do when we set the bridle. This is packed up correctly. There's about 3 metres that comes out the bottom end. Then we do some sort of a, I don't know, bloody, is that right, Skipper Granny? Whatever. What do we use to tie that off with? Any ideas?
Rabbits.
Rabbits?
Oh, that's not a word you say on a boat.
It's called the double sheet bend. We go through once
Double sheet bend on the bite.
That's it.
and we go through again. And then we come back through like that, so that it makes it easy, because otherwise
Make it slippery.
sometimes a hacksaw job to get it out. When we tow a real heavy vessel, we have applied hacksaw to that. Okay, so that's there. That goes flaked out onto that, and then this loop is the opposite end of our sacrificial, which is same knot again. No takers. Double sheet bend on that. Pardon? Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a double sheet bend on that, and then we just feed. That's the sacrificial out to the boat, and we just feed the tow rope as we go. When we set up, slow head skip, and away he goes. We feed this out, and this. No, that'll do. That's fine. When we're laid out there, when we at the end of the tow rope, which is 65 metres long, we go bridle away, throw the bridle. Between the marlin board and the transport into there. So we're very aware that when we do man overboard and we gap the body and bring it around, when we bring them onto that, what we normally do is coincide with the surge if we can, roll the body onto the man overboard, lift and then get him up above water and get that on. Believe it, it's not real good fun having to take that off and get your hand down in there to try and clear the shit out of the jet tunnel when you're out at sea in a 4 metre swell. I know, because I know. But anyway, that's the sort of. But yeah, please be very aware of the pinch points when you're coming up, and that'll go right around. There's 2 on the other side, so you can go around and chop and change. Okay, over in that little black locker there, that's our general purpose lines.
Yep.
GP ropes are there, there's 6 to 8 depending on who's available, where they are and all the rest of it. Not out that much. Alright. Right. Okay, so there are our mooring lines, forward and aft mooring line, spare anchor line or spare tow line, spare anchor line, whichever. We have 75 metres of chain in the chain locker, which drops down through the capstan. The capstan can be used to pull a rope line in as well if we have to, but anchor up the forward, and we've got a dog on here which we're going to release the dog, take him off, anchor down, anchor up, and the skipper's direction, 2.5 times the depth of water is normally the go. It's handy when we do exercises round about inshore in 10 metres of water, but when we get out the shelf, not good adventure, because we have 400 metres of water, we haven't got 800 metres of chain. And we find that people are, oh yeah, we're at anchor.
Yeah.
What's your depth of water, mate? Radio aerials and all the appropriate lighting in that there to make the thing work. When we work with Surf Life, they've got a little bloody 10-foot rubber ducky, and we drag that up onto the platform. There. Okay.
And the on-off switch for that?
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, it's not all. Right,
Just in, because if you're letting it out, you just
Oh,
yeah.
but it does work when we go. Now, here we have joystick control. This overrides the controls of the skipper's chair, so the skipper can technically drive the vessel from here. But it's very slow to react. Hardly ever sort of works because normally we'll just please be aware that there's a hole in the deck. Okay? Righto, you want to come down this way? Alright, 2 engines, mirrored image, everything is bought and started exactly the same, only the main battery charging system runs off the starboard engine. When we come to the water checks, we startup checks, water intakes for the raw water, battery isolators, check the oil, open the hatch, and we've got the generator running because we've got a power problem here. Battery isolators, port and starboard either side, which we use this little bit. That's a good scratchy nut. That's for the isolators. Because we have isolated compartments, we can turn on a bilge pump and pump out any individual section of the boat should it be whole. Now, one thing I omitted, spare gear, spare lubricant, spare rope line, spare hoses, spares and all sorts of gear, spare gear. Pump the engine. Just as you come down, Steve, turn around and look forward. Raw water inlets down there. Come down.
I came down before. I came down.
Do you want to look in the tank there, Peter?
In the what?
In the tank room. Yeah, right. It's basically straight under where I am.
Yeah.